17 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. First proper inspection. Last week it was only 10 degrees. They were a bit angry, still are. Taken one sting already, but all colonies are busy. Pollen going in. But I think some of them will need fresh frames, so made some up yesterday. Looked at the toolkit and all the rest. Taking the mini meat and nukes just in case there's any queen cells. I'm hoping not, but if there is, prepared. So, start here. One of the colonies I'm going to be selling. Busy looking for room. Queen not there. But the colony is looking big. It's a modified panes, it takes 8 frames, but last I was in, quite a few of them had a lot of stores, so I want to see about removing some of them and getting some fresh foundation drawn out. Now they seem a bit calmer than were last week, but it was only 10 degrees, so not the best weather for inspecting. Don't have the smoker with me, so we'll see how today's inspections go. Well, plenty of stores. They were given fondant, but I don't think they needed it. Fresh nectar getting stored, so things are looking good. Hide that frame away. There was about 3 frames of brood in all the ones I checked last week, so we'll see if they've increased, but they're definitely a lot calmer. A lot of pollen. Try and get into the light of it. Yeah, lots of pollen going in. Still ample stores. And we've got a better sight of the pollen. Hoping to do queen rearing here, and this will be a great start with all that pollen. Frame 3. Now we start getting into the brood. Also got to look out for the queens. See if they need remarked before I sell on, but that's not a bad frame of brood for April 10th. Given last year we had such a terrible start. And drone brood, so that's good. At least we know they are raising drones, so queen rearing is going to be an option soon. And last week it was 2 frames of capped brood, 1 of eggs that I remember seeing in this one. I'm assuming we'll have more capped now. Yeah, and still lots of eggs in the rest of the cells. Nice to see the pollen coming in. No sign of the Queen yet. If I can recall correctly, this was a unmated queen when the bees were at Hazelhead last year. I think I marked her. Another heavy frame of stores. More stores. And the last one stores. So yeah, I want to give them at least one frame of foundation to work on. But at least I've got plenty of stores for any splits I want to do. Go back through, see if I can find the Queen. Sure she was marked yellow. Nope. Right, no sign of the Queen, but I definitely saw eggs and everything, so happy that she's still in here. So I'm going to split the two most capped broods. And I'm going to put a frame with half and half, try and increase the brood, the drone brood that's created for queen rearing. Ease the frames in. And make sure she's not on that frame I left out. No, didn't think so. Okay. So, they certainly are not going to starve. To sort these frames out. Get the lid on. Definitely a lot happier than they were last week. So would have preferred to have seen the Queen, but I'm not going to spend all day looking for things to do. I can find them when I sell these, and hopefully by the time I get back, the framing foundation will be drawn out and laid up, so we'll know she's definitely in there. Right, another colony looking to sell. Now these did have a lot of stores, and it's only a 5-frame nuke, so I might have to take 2 out of here depending how they're getting on, but definitely one will be coming out. Very packed, but because it's a 5-frame, they don't have a dummy board in. Some of the frames have been drawn out really wide, so it makes for a bit of fun getting them in and out. But the good thing is there is room to move them. Eggs, larvae, pollen, fresh nectar. Not seeing any eggs on. Oh no, there is eggs and everything on this side, so yeah, I think they're going to be needing a frame. Cap brood. Same one in reverse. You know, this was a Black Mountain Honey Queen from 2023. Can't remember what species it was. But looking good so far. I know the queen in this one's green, so hopefully we'll lay eyes on her. In fact, I think I might have just spotted her. I'm trying to space these out as equally as I can so they don't overdraw anything. More cat brood. So a good size for April. This is all nectar and stores. Ah, there's the queen, sorry, she's red. Very busy. So I need to decide which frame I'm taking out. I can't recall, does this one have eggs in it? Yeah, it's got eggs and larvae, so I don't want to remove that one. And the queen's on there. This could be a challenge. Brood. Hopefully this one is just the stores. Oh no, so that is all cat brood. So I don't want to take anything out of here just now. But what I might do is move it into the 6 frame, give it a bit more room. So that's a job for the end. This colony was the queen that I recovered from Aberdeen Heliport. 2023. So I marked her yellow because obviously I didn't know when she was born, but it was a safe assumption to make it yellow. Fondant all going in the feeder. The way things are going, I doubt if I'm going to have to leave the feeder on. Well properlised down. That's it. It's a double brood, 6 and 6. Again, looking good. If I remember, I didn't look at these last Friday because I only had so much time. Clean-up crews already at work. Lots of nectar coming in, obviously. Definitely going to have to switch out some of these frames. And as you see, that is just pure stores apart from a little bit of drone brood. And that is just all stores. So leave that out of the way. Lots of stores, cap brood, larvae. And we have a swarm cell. Is it charged? No, play cup. So, knock that down just now. That is looking good. Next visit back, by the look of it, these will be going into my 12 frame Abello hive. Pattern's a bit off, but hopefully once they get fresh foundation they'll tidy that up. Time will tell with the next couple of frames. No, that's looking better. Egg's not in the middle, looks like she's started on the outside and worked her way in. But everything is laid up. Yeah, I think this, when I'm going through here, it's probably going to need Demery as well as being moved into 12 frame. Luckily, bought a spare box from Loch Ness Honey Company last year. So forward planning is going to pay off. Still no sign of the queen. Take it she could be in the bottom box. And if she is laying out down there, I've definitely got to get back here soon. But I can slow them down with adding some foundation. If I can find frames that don't have a ton of brood in them, which is normally not a problem that people were worried about. Stores, pollen, brood, and on the reverse, stores, pollen, brood. Right. I've got to remember, was that just stores in this one? Because it is very heavy. If it is, then this is not going back in. Yeah, it's not going back in. So I shall put the frame of foundation in the middle, and I'll use one of the half and halves, so they can look at increasing drone brood numbers, because I want to ideally get new queens, and this will be one of my choices. Box 1 checked. Time for box 2. Getting rid of most of this. Build up the propolis. Right, box 2. Get the slugs out. Problem I had at my other site, Hazelhead, there's a lot of slugs, but not so bad here by the look of things. Right, empty frame, apart from some nectar and pollen, so this will be a frame for replacing. Plus it is very dark and probably overdue. I'll give that one a full frame. Yeah, that'll get replaced as well. A little bit of stores, pollen. All the pollen will come in handy for queen rearing, especially if I can cut it out and stick it in the mini mating nukes. I'll make that one a full. And what I might do is chimney effect it. If there's no brood downstairs, I'll centre the brood in both boxes and put the stores outside, the frames to be drawn in inside. Yeah, looks like eggs and larvae here, so the queen has been downstairs. Eggs and larvae, pollen. Yeah, I think I'll chimney effect this one. Make as much room as possible for them to work on. Larvae, cat brood. As much of these up top and the emerging ones down the bottom. Working shade's got its good points and its bad points. Another one that'd be good for pollen, for queen rearing. Give them a half. I won't put it in yet actually. That could do with getting replaced as well, but that'll have to wait. Don't want to take too much, put in too many fresh ones, because it's going to be 3 out of 12. They could probably handle it just now, but it's supposed to be getting a little bit cold, so I don't want to give them too much excess work. Alright, more slugs. Clear out as much as I can. So younger brood to the outside. This is white. So young. As I know the queen is marked in this one. I'm sure she was yellow unless it's marked off, but I'll have a better look for her next time. Stars and brood. Right. Brood on the outside. Now I'll leave the one with all the stores and bruise it. I can always use it for building out the new foundation. Might have been better in the bottom, but it's got some brood in it. I'll put that in the centre of the two to be drawn. So, queen comes up, she's got room to lay up top. And I've got 3 frames to work on drawing out. So they're looking very good and very active. Nice pollen's going in. knock the bees off and hide these away just now. Black Mountain Honey Queen in here. This was Carniolan, received last year. Fairly getting through their fondant. Had an eek on them. The roof last week was found about 20 feet that way after a heavy weekend wind, but luckily the thick perspex stayed in place and they were safe. But time for that to come off on the fondant, because I'm sure they're going to have ample stores and opportunities to forage. That needs a good clean up. I'll take that away as well. I'll just put the perspex back on. Colony is looking big. I'll get the dummy board out first, give me room to move. Pollen, nectar, cap stores. No signs of any eggs or larvae. Here we go. First cap brood, larvae. Second frame. Not going out right up to the edges, but it is early. Frame 3. Expanding. Some drone brood. Once I decided 2 colonies I'm keeping, but it'll probably be, as I say, definitely the heliport bees. It's the oldest queen, so I don't want to sell that to somebody in case it gives them problems. Frame 4. More drone brood as well, good. Pollen. All the good things you want to see. Frame 5. She's doing very well, and here we have baby bee being born. Queen cell, queen cup, doesn't look charged, but we'll have a look. Nope, nothing in it so far. But if I'd left them another week before this inspection, I think things might have been different. More cap brood, more drone cells. Cap stores, fresh nectar, pollen, larvae, you name it. No eggs in here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brood. Lovely pollen. They're certainly not going to be short of food out here. From all the Saskatoon and honeyberries to just the natural trees in the area. That's not bad, 5 frames, so I don't think I'll have to worry about them, but what I will do is more centralise the brood nest and move some of these either side of it to give them room to for the queen to lay. So if we keep 2 out, so that was a pollen one, so I'll move a brood, empty, brood, empty, brood, empty. No issues there. Again, no queen spotted, but early in the season. But there's plenty of evidence she's there and laying. And as I say, take the queen excluder away, give it a good clean, take away the foamique. They've got plenty of room. Come back and sort them out next week. And the strimmer, get some of this longer grass trimmed down. Right, I left this one to last because these are the more defensive ones, even though last year they didn't really need any smoke. I don't know whether it's just because of the protecting their stores, but best one to leave to last. And once I've dealt with them, I'll sort out the 5 frame, give it a bit more room. Definitely a bit more defensive. I don't want to sell these on, but I'll see if the buyer's happy to take as is. But remember, this is without smoke, as the smoker is not here. Totally empty frame, so that'll be handy to reorganise things. Another empty frame. Help me expand the brood nest. A little bit of stores, nothing else. Stick that to the outside. Stores, again outside. Fresh nectar, fresh stores. Nice pollen and nectar. Hopefully this is right next to brood. Young larvae and nectar. So yeah, there's young larvae there. So I'm going to give the queen room. Fresh frame there. It's warm enough, they should manage it. Lovely cap brood. And there is a queen. This one was a self-mated queen at Hazelhead. Not the biggest, but she's certainly doing the work. Yeah, I need to take some more of these empty ones out and move them over. Centralise the brood as much as I can. Split the brood up as much as I can. Give the queen room to lay. Jesus, that's jammed in. Nice pollen. I've actually empty one outside. Next time I'll get all the propolis off the wedges. Just try and make things easier to slide in. Yeah, that's not too bad. Right, queen excluder's not needed yet. So but I shall leave it here. And they're looking good. That's it, a bit more angry than the rest. Give them a chance to calm down while I check out the bushes. Last time I was here, as I say, only 10 degrees, no bees on the flowers, only bumblebees. There we go, most of them sleeping now anyway. Fine. Oh. Ginger bumble. Yeah. Not much pollinators on them yet, but hopefully the bees will do what they're here for and pollinate all this fruit for Charlie and his family. Alright. Majority of the guards have now left. Go back, sort out the 5-frame nuke, give it a bit more room. And that's it. I don't want it to produce warm sales when the buyer comes to get them, which is hopefully going to be next week. So I'm going to have to take all these frames, bag them up neater so they don't get damaged. Taking that frames home and recycle or reuse. Move the old box off. New box in its place. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a red queen. So the queen is safe. Fresh frame in. Right next to her. Give me a chance to draw it. This last frame might be a bit of a struggle to get in. And again, maybe not. What have we got on this side? Probably next to a larvae. Oh, not too bad actually. Right. I'll say that gives them a bit more room. I can then get this thoroughly cleaned out. Scraped and painted. Definitely needs a good clean. I don't want to tip that one in because it's got all the wax, so I'll just prop it up. Let them walk up and back home. I want to sell these off the nukes will get a good clean up. Before they get reused. But for a first full inspection of the year, I'm very pleased with what I saw, and hopefully the buyers will be very pleased with what they get. Did put out some water stations, the two end bowls virtually empty, but there is still some water in the basin that they're making use of. Good thing is parking's close, so I'll just pass everything over the fence when it's time to go. Saves a lot of heavy lifting. That's on a BS 2-in-1, so use that for queen reading once it's emptied and cleaned up. But what I did was, when I made the brood extension, I also put additional entrances to it. Everybody's moving up nicely. Won't be long. Saves knocking any dirt, unwanted walks. Yeah, well, fanning away, let everybody know where to come. Can't get better than this.